hot spot. Yep.
No, I have
Hershey is a big Witzby.
That was the goalie, though, so.
Oh, I know, but that was your last name pronunciation.
Pretty much.
All right, we're coming live with some play-by-play today. Eagles taking on Forest Lake. First of two games today. We got Egan on dinner time. Looks like our starting forwards, we got Knox at center, Parker left wing, Wells right wing, Kenny and Cam back on D, Matthew and net. Playing Forest Lake. Hedlund wins the draw back. Paddock circles the net. It's a reverse course and flip up the boards to Wells. Wells can't clear. Shot on net. Save and covered. Forest Lake wins the draw. Shot. Glove save. Eden Prairie wins the draw. Sarazine. Got it. Now Forest Lake. Puck goes to corner. Forest Lake. Holds the line. Picked up by Martin. Martin into the offensive zone. Shot. Blocked wide. And Forest Lake carries out of their zone. Cross center ice. Dumps it in. Roper back to pick it up. And Sarazine carrying the puck now. Able to keep it with them. There's some bad ice today for the game. We had some Zamboni issues, which made the ice less than ideal. See how that plays as the game continues. Offside's coming up.
Wake up, Mike, let's go! Wake up, let's go, Mike!
Berryfield's on the draw. Wins it back for Williams. And dumped into the Eagle zone. Looks like Anderson first to it. Reverse course. Forest Lake picks up behind the net. Head to center, intercepted. Held in by Forest Lake. Shot fanned on. Stanley with it now, up the boards and out. Williams gives chase. Held in by Stanley. Onrick with it now. Tried to cut to the middle, lost it. And out of the zone, Anderson. Pushes it into Forest Lake zone momentarily. Cleared. Just intercepts. Sends it far side. And buried in now by Forest Lake. Turned over. Smith picks up the puck. Smith carries wide. Shot from wide angle. Through the crease. Falling off the bench. Chips it down low to Smith. Smith feeds Grishevsky at the point. Over to Paddock. Long shot. Goal! He's dipped down through the 5-hole. Nice shot there by Kenny. And you got Paddock goal with Grishevsky first assist. Smith with the second. Eagles take a 1-0 lead with 8:44 left in the first period. Headland in on the draw. Loose puck here at center. Battled for here along the boards. Smith with it, carries into the Forest Lake zone. Smith works around one, centers, just out of the reach of Headland. Forest Lake picks up, held in by Paddock. Now chipped out. Grishevsky, regroup, back to Paddock. Paddock over for Pauling. Tried to dump it in, got blocked. Martin now comes away with it, carries into the Forest Lake zone. Long shot, just wide. Forest Lake sends it down, no icing. Roper back to play it. Battles in the corner. Martin into assist. Sends it up the boards, held in by Forest Lake. Long shot, save, rebound, save. Puck's loose behind the net. Now goes to the far corner. Sarazine first on it for the Eagles. Just to chip up the boards, got blocked. Still in the corner. Puck comes to the point. Back down to the corner. Sarazine and Stanley back there. Playing a little pitch and catch D to offense there. We got Bothwell now on the near side boards. He's the breakout for the Eagles. And we had Sarazine on the far side. Tried to get it there, but passed, couldn't get the puck off the stick. And Roper back to play. Ooh, pass intercepted by Forest Lake. And shot by Forest Lake blocked. Take that Roper now. Clears the zone to neutral ice. Forest Lake sends it in, offsides. Forest Lake wins the draw. Sends it up the boards, not a reach. No icing, just back to play. Just over to Anderson on the far side. Flips it out to center, picked up by Forest Lake. Good stick there by Onrick. Oh, we're gonna get a power play here. They call a trip on Forest Lake. Eagles to the power play, 6:07 left in the first period. We got Kenny and Micah back on D. Other Micah, right wing, Berryfield center, Kale left wing. See if the Eagles can some puck movement here. Work good power play. Too many men on the ice for Forest Lake. False start. Redo it here now. Forest Lake is going to ice the puck. New forwards out here. Headland wins it back. Just long shot. Saved and held on to. Forest Lake comes away with it. Here, 2-on-1. Just hustling back and back check. Takes the puck away. Oh, that's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. 4-on-4 hockey here now. They called Micah for a trip. Awful call. So we got 4-on-4 here for minute 5. Forest Lake walks in, shot score. We got 4-on-4 for another minute here. 5:36 left in the period. Sarazine with Martin cutting through the middle. Nice move by Colton. Shot block, goes behind the net. We're going to call a body check on us. No, on Forest Lake? Okay. So you have 4-on-3 now for 49 seconds. Didn't see the penalty, but we'll take it, I suppose. Forest Lake comes away with the draw, clears out of their zone. Roper flips it up for Martin. Martin and Sarazine working in. Long shot, gloved and held on to. Eagles swapping forwards. We got Anderson and Berryfields coming out, along with Paddock and Roper. Forest Lake's able to good hustle back there by Onrick. Carries through center, walks in, long shot blocked. Paddock now works down into the near side corner, tries to center. Forest Lake picked it up here, loose puck on the far side, flip behind the net. Forest Lake tries to clear. Long shot save. Anderson, shot blocked on the way. And Forest Lake clears the center here. He's in 1-on-2. Walks around the defense. Shot's good. We have, what do we got now? We got 4 seconds left in 4-on-4, and then we'll get a 16-second power play. Eagles down 2-1 now with about 4 minutes left in the first period. Stanley carries up. Just a chip ahead to Headland, just out of his reach. Forest Lake chips it into the Eagles zone. Grishevsky up the boards to just out of reach of Smith. And Forest Lake back to center. Walks in, shot, save. So even strength hockey now, 3:48 left in the first. Martin wins the draw back. Roper in the far corner, skates behind the net, wins it around for Bothwell. Bothwell coming through center. Good back check there by Forest Lake. Long shot from Martin. Saved and covered.
Playing this song. A lot of whistles, big game one. I like it.
Not complaining. Oh, Paddock tried to hold. Puck squeezed free. Good regroup there. Bothwell back to Roper. Sends it down into Forest Lake zone. Sarazin walks in. Puck ends up on net. There's a no call after the bad call we had earlier with Micah. Forest Lake circles the net, chips it up the boards. Got Paddock over to Roper, chips it up through center ice. Berryfield's able to flip it into Forest Lake territory, who then sends it down for a icing. That's the zone draw coming up for Eden Prairie here.
Another level.
Honrick takes the draw, wins it back. Anderson, long shot, blocker save, rebound. Berryfield shot off the post. That should be a check from behind. Not called. Honrick battles behind the net. Williams in there too. Puck comes up to just at the point. Long shot. Saved. Getting a little chippy here. Be interesting how that plays out. Just intercepts the long pass from Forest Lake. Carries in. Shot from a wide angle. Held onto.
Shooting from the goal line. Chilly in here. Oh wow. Good time.
It was really cold. It was really cold last year too in this rink.
Yeah, I haven't been here long. Couldn't remember.
Tried to come prepared. Martin wins the draw. Left back to Grishevsky at the point. Was able to keep the play alive. Good effort there, Martin running for the puck. That comes back to Roper. Long cross ice pass, gloved but not able to be dropped by Forest Lake. I think it went into his sleeve or something. The unique play there you don't see every day.
Kept hitting.
Center ice draw. Martin moves it forward. Forest Lake picks it up. And dumps in. Roper. No, fanned on it. Forest Lake fell, coming to the net. There's battle on the far side board here. A bunch of folks in there going for the puck. Comes free to Colton. Carries out. Zet back for Roper. Now to Colton. Back to Roper. Puck came out of the Eagle zone. In on sides. Forest Lake down into the far side corner. Yashevsky comes away with the puck and carries up the near side boards and out. Martin up ahead to Bothwell. Makes a move. Has Colton far side. Shot in the corner. Colton rims it around near side corner. Roper into pinch. Puck not cleared yet. Good stick there by Paddock. Sayers in with it now. 30 seconds left in the period. Colton. Oh, I didn't see the offsides there, but apparently the ref did. Got 21 seconds left in a interesting first period so far. Falling, chips it in. Headland pushes it to the corner. Forest Lake skates it out of their zone. We got 6 seconds left with Parker here at center ice. And shot won't get to the net. So into the first intermission here. Eagles down by a goal, going into the second. All right, start of the second. Forest Lake carries in. Good stick by Stanley there to block the shot behind the net. Forest Lake from the far corner, just to center, went through the crease. Puck near side now, comes loose. And Roper's got Spring Anderson here. Shot blocked. Trickles loose, dangerous in front here. Forest Lake behind their own net. Cuts to the middle, kind of dangerous. Anderson picks it up. Shot, just wide. Good battle there in the corner from Kale. Forest Lake comes loose with it and clears to center. Just will pick it up here. Pressure from Forest Lake. Oh, loose in front. Score. Some sloppy play there.
We'll break down there.
Forest Lake carries in. Puck down below the goal line here into the corner. And we're going to get a penalty. Martin for slashing. Eagles shorthanded here. Sarazine wins the draw, tries to chip it up the boards. Forest Lake holds it in, long shot blocked. Puck into the far corner, Sarazine. Just to limit around.
Phoenix.
Way too many people down below the goal line here. Get the puck out of the zone. Long shot, save. Forest Lake feeds the point. Picked off by Grishevsky. Able to clear the center. Bothwell taken down. There we go. The Eagles will be back to, we got 4-on-4 here again now for just under a minute. Headland wins it back for Stanley. Shot. Ooh, deflected on the way. Glove save, and then we got a cross check from Forest Lake after the play, so we're going to go 4-on-3 now.
That's not really taken either, are they?
That was a cross check. Unnecessary. Yeah, that was unnecessary. So we got what do we got here? We got a 50-second 4-on-3, which will then be followed by a 36-second 5-on-4. Headland back to Stanley, goes down, loses the puck. Kale here on the back check, forcing him wide. Shot off the crossbar. Favorable luck there. Headland carries it in, body check on Forest Lake. The Eagles' power play time will get extended here, which will be nice. End up with, should be close to a minute and a half of 5-on-3 after the 4-on-3 expires in 30 seconds. See here, hopefully the boys can put one in and capitalize. Yeah, Berryfield's taking the draw with Michael Williams on his wing. We got Roper and Paddock back on D. One back, Roper picks it up, slides over to Paddock, long shot, blocked out front, but deflected into the net. I think the shot went off of a Forest Lake player, so Paddock with his second goal of the game. Roper with the assist. The Eagles cut into the deficit. We got 2-3 now. And I believe we'll still have some good penalty minutes for Forest Lake. I don't think that'll expire. So should still have man advantage for a bit coming up. Yep, saying since stays 4-on-3, and I don't think anything changed, so still favorable setup here for us to go get another. Roper back, rims it around for Paddock. Throws up to Williams, skates ahead. Sticked away by Forest Lake. Williams chips around the Forest Lake player. And Roper, thinks able to hold that in. Sends it down low. Good play there by Lukey. Honor pressures. Puck picked up behind the net by Onrick. Tried to center, came through to the middle. Long shot by Roper. Through traffic, saved by Forest Lake into the near side corner. Williams picks it up, cuts in. Ooh, shot, I think that clipped the goalie's helmet. Berryfield centers, knocked away by Forest Lake, rimmed around and held in by Paddock. Puck escapes the zone. Good back check here by Zach. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh. That should be another penalty on Forest Lake. Oh, they're calling them both. Oh my God, he slashed him after that. Don't they have another? Shouldn't they have another penalty on the board too? Well, there's two in the box. Well, they just added the guy in the box. Yeah.
So is there 4 of our kids shot from the worst angle possible as soon as they get the puck?
With the man advantage.
You know, 4-3.
I know.
Nobody's going to forget the score.
Or 3.
Yeah! Tie game.
Everyone's getting all worked up over the scoreboard. It's like everyone knows the score is 3-2. They'll fix it. All right. Eagles break out. Can't quite connect. Paddock back, circling around up the boards to Sarrazine. Loses it entering the zone. Bothwell gives chase, and Parker. Pressure in there in the corner. Good pressure from Parker. Love to see it. Forest Lake circles their net. Chips up the boards and out. These refs do not like to call icing. Paddock back up the boards to Sarrazine. Skips over his stick. Back to Paddock. Over for Bothwell. Now Roper skating through traffic. Forest Lake comes away with it and enters the Eagle zone, dumps it into the corner behind the net. Kill first to it, over to Colton now, coming up the far side boards. Don't mind that play, sends it back safely for Paddock, up ahead to Bothwell, chip to the center, get there, Knox. Oh, where's that one? It's a knee. Guess you can just knee people. That's a bad call, bad no call. Did he not extend his knee there? Looked pretty bad. Forest Lake can't hold the zone. Can be offsides.
Go Rangers!
All right. Just flips it ahead. Forest Lake flips it back. Barry Fields comes away with it. Forest Lake tries to dump it in off of Anderson. Reversed up the boards to Roper. All the way over to Phoenix. Puck loose here at center ice. Just sends it out, picked up by Forest Lake. And coming back by Onrick, who walks in, long shot, blocked. Roper, centers, loose out front. Forest Lake clears and sends it into Eagles ice for Micah Just. Reverses up the boards. Loose puck, picked up by Onrick. Smith with it now. Smith, shot, glove save. That was a nice glove save. That was a pretty hard shot.
Good force out.
Yeah, I was saying that was a nice save by the goalie. Held in by Stanley momentarily. Forest Lake carries out. Loose puck here. Parker Pauling carries in. Forest Lake sticks it off to the side. Good pinch there by Paddock. Centered. Hedlund couldn't quite put it in. There's another check on Forest Lake. Parker, loose out front. Oh! I think that's a little early whistle, Stripes, but Eagles back to the power play. All right, so we got 4:45 left in the second. Eagles on the power play, looking to tie things up. Hedlund wins it back to Stanley. Shot through traffic, tipped. Oh, there's two more penalties. This Forest Lake team just knocking everybody over. I feel like the refs should be calling them all, but probably feel bad calling too many. It's getting to be pretty excessive. And Forest Lake carries in. Good play by Paddock. Offsides. There's like two more penalties down there.
They're a little physical.
I feel like the refs are
They want the game to keep going.
yeah. Probably two more penalties there in that offensive zone possession. Forest Lake, wide angle shot off the side of the net, and that's Williams, carries out for the Eagles. Williams carries in, taken down again by Forest Lake. Williams still has it. Walks in, shot, just missed the far corner. Sarazine back to Anderson. Walks in, shot blocked. Just shot over the net. And Forest Lake comes away with it. Good stick by Kale. And Sarazine up to Bothwell. Tripped. Sarazine tried to center. Williams at center ice. Carries in. Left for Sarazine. Tries to flip it into the center. Forrest Lake sends it out. Won't be an ice in there. Just back to pick it up. Up here loose at center. Picked up by Phoenix. Just pinches and holds. Sends it near the front of the net. Icing coming up on Forest Lake if it gets there. Waves it off. These refs are starting to make some gross calls. Puck comes free to Phoenix. Sends it over past Roper. Offsides. Should be all the way down here.
Our neutral zone passing is people are passing into the skates.
Yeah.
Pass it where they're gonna be, not where they are.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 minutes left in the second here. Paddock up to Smith. Smith carries it in. Centers for Headland. Over to Pauling. Shot. Rebound. Comes free for Paddock at the top of the dot. Long shot blocked. Paddock sends it down for Headland. Wide angle shot. Comes free to Parker. Centers. Traffic in front. Forest Lake picks it up and comes to neutral ice. Back and forth. Forest Lake dumps it in deep. Paddock back to retrieve. To the point, held in by Forest Lake. Dumped in off the ref. Stanley with it now in the far corner up the boards. Forest Lake sends it back to the corner. Good play there by Headland. Long shot blocked on the way. Headland up to Smith. And over skates the puck, leaves it free for Headland. Forest Lake is able to intercept. Good D by Paddock. Back check from Colton. Ooh, almost skated it on net. Eagles have numbers here if they move. No! Is he right on the line? He was offsides. Eagles had a 4-on-2. We just beating ourselves. 20 seconds left here in the second. Nice play by Kale. 9 seconds left. Forest Lake feeds the point. That'll do it for the period. right, start of the third.
Go, Ranger!
Go, Phoenix!
Anderson ships it up and out. Roper with it now, ahead to Onrick. Over to Phoenix, loses a tire. Forest Lake up the other way. Back for Anderson. Oh, just flipped that up the boards. Puck behind the Eagles net. Forest Lake comes away with it, feeds the point. Long shot blocked by Onrick. Up ahead to Phoenix, who didn't see it. Forest Lake sends it halfway in. Anderson up to Onrick. Isn't that technically onside if the puck's staying on the blue line?
Great trivia question.
That would be a good trivia question. All right, we got Pauling carrying in down to the wide corner. Centers, puck behind the net. Loose to the near side corner. Really struggling to just put pressure on some urgency to go get that puck. Forest Lake rims it around. Stanley pinches and holds, sends it down to Smith, who centers. Can't connect with any Eagles players. This puck comes free to Forest Lake. Paddock runs it around for Smith. Kicked away by Forest Lake. And Sarazine comes away with it. Smith dumps it in, goes for a change. Hedlund gives chase to the corner. Forest Lake D2D behind their net, rims it around the far side. Justin to pinch. Sends it back down below the goal. Sarah's in here now with the second or two at a time. Near side corner. Tried to feed the point, but didn't get enough pace on it. And Forest Lake back the other way. Anderson kind of intercepts that play. Tried to send it up the boards. Centered, Bothwell picks it up. Can't scoot through three people, bud. We're doing too much of that, trying to do it ourselves. And Anderson sends it in deep. Bothwell giving chase here, far side corner. Shipped up to Grishevsky on his backhand. Tries to get it put behind the net. Forest Lake clears to center for Kale. Over to Just. Up the boards to Forest Lake. Release puck here, center ice. Bothwell gets it.
Just dump that in.
Loses it to Forest Lake. Comes back into the Eagle zone. Shot, save, rebound, loose. And they score. wins it back to Cam. Crosses center ice. Offsides. They let it go.
About 4 feet.
Yeah. Center, loose out front. Picked up by Forest Lake. Who sends it down. Got Paddock back to retrieve. Reverses course. Chips it up the boards for Berryfields. Able to walk around the field, stick away. Back check. Eagles clear to center ice. Loose puck. Sent in by Forest Lake. Cam comes up the boards. Shot blocked by Just. Carries it in, sticked away. Yeah, this line's been out on the ice for way too long. Anderson up ahead to Roper. Roper, shot blocked. As Forest Lake dumps it in. Matthew plays it, stops it behind the net. Just picks it up behind the net now. Up ahead for Headland, who chips it in behind the net. Comes through the center. Comes out to center ice. Anderson over for Just. Just up ahead to Pauling. Stick away. Good play there by Micah. Offsides.
Missed that one too.
Refs have put their whistles away.
Two-goal lead, so worst lead in hockey. Couple in here.
Offsides. No call. Forest Lake, shot blocked. Up behind the net, centered. Loose out front. Paddock comes away with it. Up ahead to Sarazine. Goes to center, loose, shot. Ooh, just trickles wide. Paddock holds, sends it down below the goal. Bothwell picks it up. Flow carries in. Forest Lake sends it down. We do an icing.
Rushing.
Alright, Roper sends it down behind the net. Grishevsky tries to center. Puck kind of flipped up, still below the net. You see the far corner. Forest Lake breaks out, sends it ahead. No ice. Micah up the boards. Henrik tries to clear, can't. Now Roper with it. Offsides. At 3:38 left in the period, and we got to make something happen. Got Pauling up ahead. Eagles can't clear. Shot, glove save. Eagles call timeout. It's 42.
Pressing the wrong button. Timeout.
At 3:13 left in the game. Face off one by Hedlund. Paddock with it behind the net. Up ahead to Parker. He's able to clear. Puck getting out center ice. It's another trip. Blow your whistle. Anderson has it up ahead to Smith. Smith works wide. Not too low. Shot, glove save. Let's shoot the puck sooner.
Oh, yeah, there's 8 guys there. Anderson kind of
I know.
grabs the puck.
Hey, 2:33 left. Eagles empty net. We have an extra attacker. Forest Lake controls the draw. Ships it up the boards. Sends it down for an icing. Forest Lake rims it around. Anderson holds.
Come on, guys. Spread out.
Anderson pinches down to the corner. Centers. Martin punch in the head. Paddock with it now. Sends it up to Martin. Long shot. Off the glove, tipped over the net. There's another penalty. Penalty cleared. Paddock up to Hedlund, dumps it in. Barry Fields gives chase.
Two guys on it, though.
Paddock holds it in. Fans on the shot. Oh, are you kidding? Oh! He's going to call a checking penalty now after all of this. These refs are such garbage. Oh, these refs are terrible.
Hey, when this game's over, once you guys unplug the sign, no, nothing. Alright, you're not allowed back in here after this game. I'll let you guys finish. There's no coming in. Yeah, it's the high school, it's not mine. Is something gonna work? Yeah, these are. We'll get it. Sorry about that.
Well, we got a minute left. We're down a man. This one kind of beat ourselves and then didn't get any help along the way. A little bit too late. Now they finally call a penalty on Forest Lake.
Zone face-off, at least.
Offensive zone face-off helps, but 30 seconds left. We'll pull Matthew and be 5 on 4. Need to get one really quick. That'll do it.
Time's the next game?
5:40. Oh yeah, next game is at 5:45, I believe. Before we sign off, let me double check and confirm. It's Friday the 9th. Our next game, we play Egan. 5:45. Would not be surprised if we start a little late, given there's Zamboni problems up here. But we'll be on at 5:45 or shortly after.